So now that our client has signed the documents, let's check into Dotloop to see what has changed. Whenever a client signs a document, you will first get an email notification that your client has signed the document. Or if you're in Dotloop and you've shared it with a client and they signed it and you're still in Dotloop, you may just have to reload your page so that way you can see the new status of each form. And that's the really nice thing about Dotloop is it keeps you updated of what's going on with each form. So right here, it shows signed. So this means Taylor has signed the forms that we asked her to. Before it said waiting on others for signature. So it says signed, and the person icon right here, if you hover over it, it says shared with Taylor and a number 1. That means she's the only person that has access to this document or that the document has been shared with. Other times with other agents on the deal, if you share them a document, it'll then say to, and you can hover over to make sure they have received a copy. Now, if you don't share a document with another party, they will not see it in a Dotloop account, or if they create a free account to monitor this transaction, they will only be able to see documents that have been shared with them. So that's very helpful with another agent in particular to know which ones you've shared with them and which ones you haven't. Also, you don't have to worry that, let's say we share offer documents with them. We don't want them to see our listing documents. That won't happen unless you check the box and hit share and send it off to the other agent. Another cool feature within Dotloop is if you hit the 3 little dots over here next to the file name you're interested in, click that, and there's a whole host of features over here. But for now, we want to view history. Now let me zoom back out. What's really cool about the history feature is you can view a time-stamped history of this entire document. So you can see that on June 25th, 2019, I viewed this document, viewed it again, viewed. I modified it on 2/37. And if we scroll up, Taylor viewed this at 2:53 and signed at 2:54. This is also really helpful if you share documents with another agent on the other side of the transaction. And if they ever claim, I didn't get a copy, then you can go back in the history. And if it's timestamped, you might see that they've actually viewed the document and maybe misspoke. So this is really good for tracking who has been in a document, when was it last modified, and when was it last signed, is the history feature. Next, we will cover how to submit documents for compliance.